What's going on, everybody? Good late morning. We got running backs. We got a lot of them, so I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Day three running backs. Let's go, starting with R.J. Harvey Jr. The UCF, I think they're the Knights. They're something Knights. 24 years old, definitely small, but he's got a decent amount of. He's built fairly well, right? He's pretty stout, despite being very small and having very short arms. He does make up for his small stature for the most part. He's fast, and he's also very explosive. So there's definitely some positives to his traits list. Big boards, got some thirds, got some fourths. Aggregate has him in the fourth right now. Very productive the last 2 years. 3,000 rushing yards almost combined. What are we talking about? 38 rushing touchdowns, 39 catches. He's been putting up the stats for UCF. So no one questions that. Positives about RJ Harvey, really hard to get him down to the ground. He's short and he's willing to play through contact. So it's just kind of hard to wrestle him down because he's got such a low center of gravity, which is always the fun part with players like this, right? He survives big hits and keeps going. He's got great contact balance. He can take a hit and keep chugging through. He quickly cuts from hole to hole as the play develops. Pretty good at moving laterally to find where the play is going. And he does have good top end speed. He runs a 4.4 flat, which is good, really good for this part of the draft, really. So good stuff here. Also, some less good stuff. Once he gets to the open field, I would not call him very elusive. His ability to improvise and be creative in the open field is not ideal. His vision and his instincts aren't as good as you would like. He does seem like he doesn't feel the play out as well as you would want to, and his ability to see where the play is actually going, on a cerebral level isn't where you want it to be. He tends to play on a track and just struggles to improvise. Once he gets going, he's just going. And while he's a decent enough pass catcher, he's not a good blocker, which means I don't know if he's going to be a value on third down. I suspect that he's probably not a third down running back. So when you're looking at him, you got to understand that he's more of an early down guy. So definitely some stuff here that gets your attention. He's productive, he's explosive, he's fast. There's a clear limitation here. There are some things that disappoint you. You would really like a player like this to be a little more elusive and creative in the open field. But I think early fourth round still seems fine. There's some real talent here. And I think that there is enough to hitch your wagon to with a early-ish fourth round pick. Okay, Devin Neal's next up here. This guy's gotten a lot of attention this offseason. A little bit of a bigger guy, 5'11", 213 pounds. Short arms, though, which whenever you see the short arms, you always wonder if that leads to a fumbling issue. And even if it hasn't yet, you know that it could. So Devin Neal, not very fast, not very quick, but he is explosive. So he has some of those traits. I've heard some people compare him, at least in the happy path, to a guy like Alvin Kamara. Big boards, we got some thirds, fourths. CBS has him in the seventh. They really don't like him at CBS. Aggregate says fifth. Last 2 years, giving you over 1,200 rushing yards, 16 rushing touchdowns each season, about 6 yards a carry. Catches two or so passes a game. So the production cannot be denied. He is constantly finding the end zone, constantly putting up numbers. So you watch him play, and you kind of see where the Kamara stuff comes from. He's patient and decisive at the same time. He has a good mix of the two traits. He understands you have to wait for your blockers, you have to wait for the play to develop, but once it develops, you go. And he understands how to just go. He's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield as well. I don't think he's as good as Kamara, but he's pretty good at it. He can produce in that capacity. He doesn't fumble, which, again, I brought up his short arms. So far, he's been good with ball security. Hopefully that holds. He runs with enough force and pop to convert short yardage. He's able to just kind of bulldoze forward and fall forward for yards. And he's explosive with his cuts at least some of the time. He's capable of being a one cut and just go guy. Now, he doesn't have speed and he doesn't have acceleration. Very lackluster in both of those categories. He's not very good in the open field, not creative, which is where the comp to Kamara kind of fades a little bit. So lacks creativity once he gets into open space. He's not going to be good running outside zone, I don't think, because he's just a little too slow. I think that inside zone, sure. And blitz pickups, he he just doesn't have enough muscle to really lay down these blitz pickups the way you need to, which you hope that can get better, but you don't know if it will. So I kind of felt like he was a little bit forgettable, honestly. There wasn't enough that made him stand out to me. Like, I think he'll be a decent third down back, but not a great one. I think he'll be a good inside zone runner, but outside zone runner, not so much. I think that he'll be good in short yardage, but not great. Like, there's nothing really stand out about him. I think he could be good in a Shanahan offense. I think he could be good as a Shanahan running back. So, fifth round pick is about right for me. I don't think I'm going above that. Fifth round for Devin Neal. Let's move along here. Trevor Etienne. Trevor Etienne. If that name sounds familiar, he does have. There's another Etienne already in the NFL. This is another Etienne from Georgia, although he transferred there from, I think, Florida. 21 years old. Very small, sub 200 pounds, 5'9", very short arms. So he's one of those, but he can fly. He's quick. He's got a decent amount of explosion, so he does have the positive athletic traits to offset his smaller size. You look at the big boards, fifth round. Fifth round. Walter really likes him. They have him in the third. A little overzealous. CBS really doesn't like him. They have him in the late sixth. Aggregate has him in the fifth. Not a ton of production the last couple years. Didn't really have that one breakout season. Went to Georgia last year to try to have it. Ended up with just about 800 yards from scrimmage on the season. I mean, it's good, right? I'm not knocking it, but he didn't have that big breakout year that would have really launched him forward. Previous year, when I think he was at Florida, production was not all that different. If anything, he was a little more efficient. So, positives with Etienne. He works through high traffic areas well. He has elusive moves to work through a thicket of defenders. He's got great hands and genuine receiver skills. I think that he has a future in some capacity as a back that can line up in the slot and also run routes out of the backfield. He's a really, really good pass protector. So you guys see what I'm getting at here. Even I will say he's so small, I wonder how his pass protection translates to the NFL. But this smells like a third down back to me. He punishes bad angles from safeties with his speed and pacing as well. If you take a bad angle on him, he's just going to blow right past you, and he's going to get the corner, and he's gone. Now, he's still very undersized, so that's going to hurt his ability to handle a full workload. He crumples on contact. He just goes right down when you contact him. He's got some off-field issues. I know he picked up a DUI and got suspended for a game for it. So you need to examine that. He's already getting into trouble with the law. I think the charges got dropped, but he still got in trouble with the team. And he never had that big breakout college season that you were maybe looking for. If he was going to be truly special, you'd expect a little bit more. I mean, at least Henderson topped 1,000 yards 2 years in a row. Trevion Henderson. So the size makes it tough. How are you going to be a blitz? How are you going to pick up blitzes at 5'9", 198? Maybe he can pull it off. It won't be easy. But I do think that there is some value here as a third down back. I just think he's too small and delicate. So I'm going to go fifth round. Wanted to go fourth. Couldn't quite do it. One more for this video. Jaydon Blue of Texas. This is a fun one right here. Unique. He's also very small. 5'9", 196. Short arms, sub 30-inch arms. Baby hands. Some of the smallest running back hands ever. But he can fly. 95th percentile in his 40. Good quickness as well. Good acceleration. Only 1 year of real production, but it was interesting, right? He was efficient as a running back, 730 yards, 5.4 yards a carry. Caught 42 passes, so very good as a wide receiver. So you can kind of see where this is going. Now, PFF has him in the fourth. ESPN has him in the fifth. CBS has him going undrafted. Aggregate has him in the fifth, which I think sounds reasonable. Positives about Jaydon Blue. He's got moves. He's got the moves. He can put moves on defenders and work through traffic with them. If he gets into the open field, it's done. You're not catching him. 4.38 40. He's in the end zone already. He's gone. He's getting the corner on you. He's got that kind of breakaway speed. He's going to break big plays with it. He is a very skilled receiver. He's very, very good at running routes. He's very good at lining up in the slot and running routes. He's very good at just catching passes in general. He is a dangerous threat in the passing attack in a way that most backs are not. He's very, very deadly in that area. And if you get him in open space, he's got a pretty good understanding of how to be creative enough to shake free of them. Now, where he needs to improve or where there are holes, vision and awareness isn't quite there yet. The vision and awareness just isn't quite there yet. I don't know if it'll be there, but he is very young, so I'm a little less worried about that, admittedly. Only 1 year of real production. And by the way, it wasn't an amazing year. Not that it was ever going to be, with that Texas offense being the way that it is. He misses his assignment in blitz pickup, so he's not a perfect third down back. Ball security is an issue on both ends of it. He does drop too many passes, which is unfortunate because he's a great receiver in terms of his route running ability and what he can do after the catch. And he also fumbles. And if you can get contact on him, he's going down. He doesn't have contact balance. He can't survive contact very well. So, scat back, lot to offer as a receiving threat. Can offer some big plays. I think he could be a real pain to deal with in the NFL. Maybe he could be kind of like a Darren Sproles type. It's not a perfect comparison, but I could see a little bit of that going on here. You got to hold back a little bit because the college production just wasn't very good, but I'll go fourth rounder, man. I'll go fourth rounder. And that's it for this video. Going to be more later today. See you guys soon. Go Hawks.